Hey guys, Gathering Magic back again, and it's time for episode 2 of Stoneshard. So what we're going to do in this episode is we're going to get started in town. I'm going to run you through some of the different NPCs to talk to, and we're going to do a couple quests and maybe our first contract. So the save system in this game, to save the game you either need to sleep, or you can do it in a tavern or a camp. There's also bed rolls, but those you're going to very rarely use. Those can be crafted or bought by traders. So saving the game saves your progress. So one of the ways to save the game is to go up here, talk to the innkeeper. Because you're a friend of Aaron, right? Welcome to the Black Boar. No finer establishment. Okay, so things you can do. You can take a look at his wares. So you can click on that. He has different food and drink available. So in the beginning of the game, if you're really low on food, you can purchase some food from him. As you can see, the food is kind of expensive, like even cheese is 21 crowns. We only have 250 crowns to start, so I don't want to waste any of my little bit of funds that I do have on food, so I will show you some ways that you can get some food for free. We do have a water skin as well, so we don't have to worry about being thirsty. The map we used in part 1, we read the map. If it's grayed out like this, you cannot sell it to him, and it says the value is only 3. But to save the game, what you can do is click on him, and one of his options is I want to rent a room. So this allows you to save the game. So if you click on this, you can pick to stay for a day. That'll cost 15 crowns, a week, 2 weeks, whatever. This will allow you to use the bed upstairs and save the game. Once again, I don't want to do that right away because I have very limited funds. You can talk to him and get some information. You can ask him why the tavern's called the Black Boar. Sometimes you can get rumors. Rumors will be, they will talk about locations on the map where there are points of interest. So you can say, heard anything interesting? He goes, I might have heard something of value, but don't expect me to share that for free. So if you give him 50 crowns, he will tell you about a location on the map and what's there. Once again, I don't want to spend 50 crowns because we have very limited funds. Okay, so we'll tell him farewell. But one thing that you can do is to go upstairs. You can see how this is like highlighted in white, so that means there's upstairs you can go to. So what we're going to do is go upstairs, and when you rent a room, the room that you get is this one on the left side. So even though you cannot sleep here, like if you go to click on the bed, it'll say I need to pay the innkeeper first. You can use the storage chest. So if there's items that you want to save in here that you don't want to carry with you, like maybe the map, and then maybe this cowl, you can put them in here. The cowl I think I might try to sell. I might not get a whole lot, but every little bit will help. So I'm just going to put the map in there for now. But yeah, if you do need a storage space, you can save it here. Items that you drop on the ground will disappear after a certain amount of time. Okay, so let's go back down. So one of the first things it tells you to do is to talk to the elder. So we're going to use this door to go outside, but before we do, let's talk to Varen, make sure there's nothing else we need to do here. He goes, any questions? Yes, a couple. And then you can ask who Gwenel is and the purpose of the stone shards. So you can go through this, and it'll give you more background and detail on some of the lore and the history. Okay, so he has nothing else for us. Let's go outside. So now we are in Osbrook. So as you can see here, we're limited by fog of war. There's a drunk right here. Pleased to meet you. I'll drink to that. Take a look at your wares. So he doesn't have anything for sale. But if you notice, one of the things, can you teach me something? Do you have any work for me? So if you say, do you have any work for me? He goes, listen, I have a task. Do you think I like what my life has become? No, I despise it. I've lost everything just because of His Highness's whim. It's haunting me. I need something stronger to forget. So he wants you to get brandy. So I say deal. So if I can find some brandy and give it to him, I will get a reward. So that's one quest you can do. Here are some merchants in town that sell different items. This lady, she sells some lentils, food, leeks, carrots, and garlic. There is cooking in this game that does take different ingredients, so if you can If you can gather the right ingredients, you can make certain dishes to eat. I think she sells fruits. Yep, so she has pears and apples, which help with your hunger and thirst, and also with your immunity. Your immunity in this game is one of your stats that you want to try to keep as high as possible. It starts at 50%. The higher your immunity, the better your resistance is, basically. So the best way to get immunity is from eating certain types of foods will give you boost to immunity. Basically, it's funny because it's fruits and vegetables. Remember how your mom always said, eat your fruits and vegetables? You want to eat your fruits and vegetables in Stoneshard. Okay, this guy sells meats. So once again, if you're looking to do cooking, he sells different types of meats that you can use in cooking. This is your general merchant. He's like, bah, mercenary. So you can talk to him. You can say, do you have any work for me? He needs a bison pelt and a pair of horns. So I'm going to take this quest, but this is a very high level quest. Don't expect to complete it anytime soon, but at least you will have the quest. Then you can talk to him as well. Heard anything interesting? Sometimes they'll give you a rumor, sometimes they won't. Can't think of anything else. If you want to look at his wares, just click here. So these are all the different items that he has available for sale. Usually the only things I'll buy right in the beginning of the game is if there's any identify scrolls. They usually cost 10 or 11 crowns. I'll go ahead and pick those up, because eventually you're going to find some items that you need to identify. So we're going to get those two identify scrolls. There's really nothing else that you need in the beginning of the game. Maybe some bandages, but we do have one rag. We might be able to find some bandages along the way. Over here is the blacksmith. So he will repair your armor and weapons. Can you teach me something? There's something that he can teach you, but I don't have that kind of money. Do you have any work for me? Here's the deal. Odar ordered me to forge a bunch of new swords for our guards. However, I can't bring myself to waste good iron on them. Don't even dare to step outside the village. What the hell do they need good swords for? So, he wants some junk swords. So if you can bring him 3 swords, he will reward you. So that's a pretty easy quest, so we'll go ahead and do that. Then down here, there's a couple of more merchants right here. Click on the sign. Carpenter's Workshop is right here. Carpenter is outside. Talk to him. And you can do kind of a side quest where he says, I can see you're not fond of the Elder. This will come into play later. So you can talk to him here. Get all the information. Look at your wares. So if you're going to go for staves or bows and arrows, you can buy them from him. He will repair any wooden items. Mainly the main reason you're going to go to him is if you're using bolts or using arrows, you will use these and you'll need to come back to him to replenish them from time to time. The tailor is in this building. So the tailor will sell your light armor. So he will sell a quiver that you can use to store some arrows, a backpack which can be useful for storing more items, but once again it costs 100 gold or 100 crowns. We're just starting out. We don't really need the storage as of now, but this will become useful later. And he sells some, just some basic cloth, shirts, caps, vests, all that. We're going to save our money for other things. Does he have any work? Do you have any work for me? Let's see. Here, I have a task for you. Have you ever hunted a bear? He needs a bear pelt. Once again, this is a high-level quest, but once we can get a bear pelt, either by killing a bear or if we can buy one somewhere, we'll turn the bear pelt into him, and we'll get a reward. Okay, let's head down here. So this is the healer. So talk to the healer. Do you have any work for me? He's like, my back is killing me. A couple of these won't be able to get up from bed. Help an old man out. Go in the forest to pick some fresh herbs. So he needs spearmint, fleawort, and a couple leaves of agrimony. So we need to find those 3 herbs. Deal. And then he sells a lot of healing items, and he also sells a couple of recipes. So a recipe to make rope and a recipe for smoking mix. Now, smoking mix kind of relieves your pain. Even though it costs 40, we're going to go ahead and buy this to learn this recipe. So we're going to right click and inspect. And now it says we know smoking mix. So for crafting, if you hit the O key or the 0 key, the 0 key right here, crafting is on the 0 key tab. So this will bring up some things that we can craft. And these are very useful when you're first starting in the game, because like splints, you'll need splints when you get injured. You'll need bandages. Brushwood bundles are for making campfires, and this is really good for cooking. And there is smoking mix for making, like I said, items that will help reduce your pain. Okay, so we need to find 3 herbs. Agrimony, spearmint, and fleawort. Now sometimes you can find them in the starting town. There are also bushes that you can click on. You can get some berries. Right now, since we need money, I'm just going to go ahead and pick up everything that I can to sell it to him, even if it's an herb we don't need, just to try to get some money. The arrows here will go to the different area, but right now we're going to stay in Osbrook and just kind of explore this town. There's some wormwood. Some chicken coop. Let's see if there's anything over here. Another thing of mine wart. There's a worker working in the fields. There's some nettle, so we're not finding anything on the list so far. But we are finding some things to sell. So we've still got a little bit of room. There's agrimony, so that's one of the items he wanted. So we'll definitely pick that up. Here's some food in the game. Leeks and lentils. So we're going to pick up the leek and lentil. Now lentils are interesting because if you pick up a lentil, you can see how it takes 2 squares. And if you eat it, it's -2 hunger, but it gives you 20% thirst. You can right click on it and click harvest. And now they will satisfy 3% of your hunger. And they will not give you any thirst. So, and another good thing about these is they don't expire. A lot of the food, like the raspberries, it says will spoil in 2 days. Lentils will last forever. So these are a good thing to store for a situation where you really need to eat. So let's go ahead and eat the raspberries. Let's go ahead and pick up the leek. Like I said, might as well pick stuff up to try to sell it. Sometimes inventory space becomes an issue, so you have to move things around so you can pick everything up. So I guess let's head back down to try to sell. Okay, there's spearmint. So spearmint was another thing on the list. If you can't pick something up, it'll drop to the ground. So let's eat the blueberries. Okay, so the only thing we need is fleawort, and one of the things that I've learned about fleawort is it's usually found along the roadside. So let's go back to the healer. We're not finished with the quest, but we can sell him some of the items that we picked up just to get a little bit of money. Like I said, when you're first starting out, every little bit of money helps. So it looks like he is inside. Here he is. Take a look at your wares. Okay, so we need to save one of the agrimony. So we've got 2 of them. So we can sell them 1 agrimony. Nettle we can sell. Another way to sell is you can right click and just click sell. So we're only getting 2 gold each. So these are the 2 we want to keep, agrimony and spearmint. Okay. So we got a little bit of money back. Okay, so now we need to find fleawort. So it could either be maybe down the road this way. So we'll just stick to the road. There are mushrooms that you can eat as well, like penny bun is a mushroom. Some mushrooms you don't want to eat, like fly agaric. You can see this reduces your sanity, but the mushroom just helps with hunger and fatigue. Chanterelle is another mushroom that you can eat. So if you get desperate, you can eat mushrooms. So right now we're looking for fleawort. Like I said, it's usually along the road. There is a bear. You do not want to fight the bear. Very high danger, and yes, the bear will kill you, so you want to stay away from him. Just interesting that they put a bear on the road right next to a first level town, but like I said, Stoneshard is a very challenging game. You always have to be cautious and play it safe. And be prepared to die. You will die, and you will die often. That's why every time you do something important, like clear a dungeon or level up or whatever, you definitely want to save the game, either in a camp or in an inn. Because there's nothing worse. Oh, just found the fleawort and picked it up. There's nothing worse than dying after you completed a dungeon, and you got to do the whole thing all over again. Okay, so we got the 3 herbs that we needed. It's still daylight, so he still should be up. So let's head back to town. Avoid the bear. Yep, there's the bear. See, it's starting to get a little bit dark. There is time in this game. Time does pass. So you become hungry, thirsty over time. Day becomes night. The only way to really tell what time it is in the game is when you go to sleep. It'll give you kind of a clock, so you can tell what time it is. So let's see if he's still awake. Yes, he is. So I can say, I've finished your task. Your lifesaver, I mean it. Here, take this. He gives you 2 healing salves. And also your reputation with Osbrook has improved. Now, one of the things you're going to want to work on in this game is your reputation. So there's 4 towns in the game: Osbrook, Manshire, Denbury, and Bryn. You have a standing with each town. You start at indifference, and as you complete tasks and do contracts, your reputation will increase. If you make wrong dialogue choices, if you try to fight the guards, if you try stealing, things like that, your reputation can go down. So reputation doesn't always go up. There are ways for it to go down, but eventually over time you're going to build up your higher and higher reputation, and as you get higher reputation you get more benefits for that town. So as you can see here, if you hover over reputation, it goes up by completing contracts and tasks, dialogue choices, and there's also an item called a heraldic note. If you fail a contract, do bad dialogue choices, or commit crimes, your reputation will go down. So we gained 100 reputation by completing his quest. I believe once you hit 3,000, you hit benevolence. Okay, so we did his quest. Now, I think it's still daylight. Probably should have talked to the elder. It might be a little bit late to do that now. So what we may do is just do a little bit of exploring first. So let's take a drink at the well. The merchants are still here, so that means he has not gone to sleep yet. But it is getting later in the day, so hopefully we can get this contract before he leaves. Okay, he's still here. Okay. Haven't had capable mercenaries. So he's got a quest called the Bandit Den. It is 1 skull, which means it's the easiest, so we're going to go ahead and accept. Okay, so we got our contract for the Bandit's Den. There's a couple guards here, and one thing you can do is talk to this guard right here. And he goes, "Are you the new mercenary? I expected someone tougher. You'll have to do, I suppose. I've been told to provide you with equipment. We don't have much, but it should suffice." Now you can pick what type of weapon you would like. You can get a 1-hand or 2-handed weapon, or a ranged weapon. I think I'll take the ranged weapon, and I'll take a crossbow, just to get some more bolts. So we're going to get 20 more bolts and a crossbow. Okay. As you can see now, the merchants are starting to move, so they're going to their houses for the day, and they're going to the inn. So we made it with the made it to the elder just in time. So we can explore just a little bit of town just so it's not under fog of war. So here is a guy that deals with horses. He heard something of value, but I'm not paying him 50 crowns. If the door is highlighted red, that means you can't go in there. It's breaking and entering. If the guards see you, you will get in trouble. Yep, just like to explore the town just to kind of clear up the fog of war. Okay. Maybe what we will do now is go to the end, we'll save the game, and then we'll go do our first contract. So we need to pay the innkeeper. Want to rent a room, 1 day, 15 crowns. Okay. So now we can rest. Okay, so currently it is 20 o'clock, which is 8 o'clock in the evening. We'll sleep till 8 in the morning. So the game is now saved. So if we die, it will reset to this point. So our character is hungry and thirsty. So what do we have for food? We've got some mushrooms, we've got lentils, we've got a couple leeks. So let's go to the fireplace here. If you click on it, there is cooking options, so you can cook some items. These are the starting things that you can cook, either from like roasting meat to making some soup, main courses. So let's take a look at peasant stew. So peasant stew is something that we can make. It requires a pot of water, 2 vegetables, and then either a vegetable or a mushroom. So if you want to put water in the pot, you can right click on your water skin, say merge, and then hover over the pot, click on that, and that will put water in the pot. Okay, so now we need 2 vegetables and then a mushroom. So we have 2 leeks, we have a mushroom, we can cook, and now we have peasant stew, so that will take care of 10% of our hunger. Now if I had a dish like a bowl, I could transfer this to the bowl, or you can just eat it straight from here. So we're just going to eat that. I think that's all I can do for food. Well, we do have flatbread. We can eat that as well. And we can just eat these 2 mushrooms. So we're going to need food in a little bit, but for now, we're not too bad. I don't know if he will buy anything. Nope, he won't buy anything from us. So let's go outside to the main merchant. So you can see they're just opening shop for the day. Have a look at your wares. Okay, so he will buy the training crossbow for 14. So that'll give us a little bit of money. He'll buy the cowl for 11. Will he buy this? Okay, so he will buy that. Before you couldn't sell schematics. Okay, so we're low on food, but other than that, not too bad. And one place you can get food when you're first starting out is we want to head up to the mill. So the mill is up here and to the left. So let's just head straight up out of town. You can kind of cut through. There's a field up here. There's another guy to talk to. He has nothing to sell. Has he heard anything? Nope. No rumors. Okay. So let's head up here. Head towards the mill. There's some blueberries. Okay, here's a grave. Now graves you can dig, but if you dig graves, it hurts your morale. And about 9 times out of 10, there's nothing in the grave of value anyway, so we're just going to ignore the grave. But if you feel like, hey, I want to check it out, see if there's something in there, you can loot the grave. But you're going to lose about 15% of your morale. There's some lentils, so that's food, so we'll definitely take that. Pick up the raspberries, blueberries. Yeah, because right now we really don't have any food. Leek is another food, so we definitely want that. And we're going to work our way up. Go to the next area. Okay, so now if I go to the left, the mill is over here. And this is another easy quest that's good to start. Okay, hemp is used for crafting. So I'm going to pick up that hemp. And remember too, there was a thing that we could craft called the smoking mix. So the smoking mix requires a stick and hemp. So we just found a stick and we found some hemp. Put those in here and hit craft. And we've crafted a smoking mix, so that will help with our pain resistance if we become hurt in battle. And then we can harvest the lentils. Save those. And we do get experience. So the first time you craft an item, you'll get a certain amount of experience. From every other time that you craft it, you'll get 1/5. So we got 25 experience for doing it the first time. Every other time we make smoking mix, it will give us 5 experience. So once again, every little bit of experience helps. So you can gain experience by things other than just killing mobs. You can do it by crafting and also by discovering locations. Okay, so here's a guy up here. Got any work for me? Work, let's see. Yes. Well, they upgraded to harvest. A couple days ago, I dropped my shed key. I can't seem to find it. If you can help me hunt it down, you can expect a reward. It shouldn't take you more than half an hour. Like, sure, I'll help you out. So now what you want to do is just go around his farmland. I hold down the Alt key so I can see if there's anything on the ground. And you're just going to look for a shed key. So there's some straw. So it could be anywhere around his property. And they do randomize it, so it's not always in the same place every time. So it does take a little bit of time. Sometimes you get lucky and take a few steps and it's right there. Other times you gotta search his entire field before you finally find it. There's more straw, there's a scythe. More straw. There's some herbs. Some more straw. Okay, so he really lost it, so it's probably up here. Some more straw. There it is, right by the building right here. So we'll click on the shed key, go back to him, give it back to him. So very easy task. Goes, listen, I'm a busy man. I found your key. Here it is. That's the one. Thanks a bunch. Now go unlock the shed with it and take whatever you find as a reward. Head a bit to the south. Okay, so this is a very nice, easy quest because, as you can see, it's very easy to do. And there's a couple of nice benefits. So here's his shed. So it says it's locked. I need a key to open it. So right-click on it. Open it with your shed key. Go inside. There's a container right here, so you can see there's a barrel. You click on the barrel, there's some pain medicine there, there's a carrot, there's a cabbage for some food, there's a potato, some more food. The jar you really can't do anything with, but the nice thing is you can always come here. It's a nice little storage area, plus it has a free bed. So once again, you can save it. Sometimes if I just want to save something, I'll just save it for an hour. But this is, when you're first starting out and you're really pinching pennies and you don't want to spend 15 crowns at the inn, once you do that quest, you can just come here and sleep and save the game. So it's very nice. Plus you got a little bit of storage. So let's go ahead and eat our berries. Yep, because we're hungry and getting thirsty. And now we've got a little bit of food too, so we can make some more soup and all that. Once you use the shed key, you won't need it again. So I just put it back in the barrel. Saves you a square. Okay, so we did that quick quest. Now, for our contract right here, that's at the fort at the outskirts. So that is down and to the left. Oh, I need to get water. That's right, I put water in the pot in the inn. I can't remember if there's a well up here or not. Most locations will be a well. There's a place to cook. Okay, so I forgot to get water. How thirsty am I? Yeah, I'm getting kind of thirsty. So I probably should head back to town and fill up the water skin before we head over to the fort. Well, this will allow me to explore a little bit. If there's any more food, any more lentils or leeks on the ground, I can pick those up. Sometimes you'll find bandits along the road. There's some more herbs you can pick up. Okay, there's our first enemy. There's 2 enemies. Let me hit my skills. Let's see what we can do here. So I think what I'm going to do, ranged weapons, we're going to do take aim. This will help us to hit mobs. So we're going to take aim. And then also we have spear. So let's do delivers a strike. Let's do impaling lunge. So we're going to concentrate on spears mainly for this build. Right now we have our bow. So does take aim work with a bow, or is it bow and crossbow? Oh, is he out of range? There we go. Okay, now I need to switch weapons. See, I'm injured. Hopefully won't die. Got my second win. And I was down to 10 health, so you can see it's very close. Okay, let's pick up some items. So that cleaver is one of the items that we need for the quest. So does taking aim only work with bows? Requires a ranged weapon and ammunition. So I wonder why that didn't work with training crossbow. Okay. So now we had to... Well, let's... I don't think we'll run into more enemies, but we definitely want to use a splint for our injury. Let's rest for a little bit just to get our health up in case we do run into mobs again. Okay, that's a little bit better. There's a lentil. Rhubarb, I believe you can also eat for food. So now we need to go south. Okay, so now we are back in Osbrook. Let's head down and fill up our canteen, our water skin. As you can see, we're thirsty. So I forgot to fill it. Okay, so take a drink. And then to fill your water skin, you right click, do collect water, and then fill your water skin. Okay, so we've got bolts, we've got some food. How are we for hunger? 17%. So we're probably going to make some more stew. So let's go here, put in the leek, put in, so this is an herb, put in a cabbage, cook, eat, put in a carrot, a lentil, cook, eat again. Okay, so now we are full, so you don't want to eat again or you will vomit. Yes, you can vomit in this game. Okay. Alright. So now we've taken care of hunger and thirst. So now let's head back. Go to the dungeon to do our first contracts. We need to go west and a little bit north. The first few levels are real challenging, especially when you're first learning the game. This is not an easy game. This is not a game where you just start off super powerful and you start fighting 3, 4, 5 mobs at once and you just kill everything and keep going. You really have to pick your fights, be cautious. So for people that like a challenging game, you will definitely love Stoneshard. I think the developers have done a great job with it. The level cap right now is 30, if you're wondering, and it does take a while to level. You know, it doesn't take horribly long to get about level 10, but it does take a while. Okay, definitely want to pick up some more food. Let's pick up that lentil as well, because I can break that down to 1 square. There is a caravan system in this game, and it was a recent update, and it's really huge once we get to the caravan, because then we're going to be able to move across the map a lot easier. We're going to have a base of operations, we're going to have storage. You can get things like a chicken coop that will provide you with eggs every day, so it makes survival a lot easier because you have a guaranteed food source. Okay, so we've discovered Fort at the Outskirts, so we've got some more experience. So we're level 1, almost level 2. So after we kill a couple things, we should level. Let me switch back to my crossbow. There's some rope. Nothing in the barrel. Okay. So I see there's an enemy right there. He got me good, still hurts like hell. It's funny how they have little sayings they'll say to themselves. Okay, so he sees me now. Oh, it bounced off him. Okay, switch weapons. Ooh. Alright, we hit level 2. So let's pick up our bolts. See what else is up here. Here's an onion. Here is a bowl. So if we do some cooking, we can use the bowl. Actually, we can do some cooking right here. Okay, so in case we get hungry in the dungeon, so let's merge the water here, not forget to take it out. So we've got a vegetable, another vegetable. What else do we have here? Tomato, beet, or carrot? Ooh, I can actually make... Oh, I thought I could make this for immunity. Well, let's go ahead and cook that. It'll be some more peasant stew. And then I can merge that and carry it with me in the bowl. So if we get hungry in the dungeon, we can go ahead and eat the stew. Now I want to go ahead and merge the water back into our water skin, so I don't forget to bring it. Okay, right here is a cart. Ooh, a dog pelt. Oh, that's funny, 2 dog pelts. They look completely different. There's a pot used for cooking. So before we go in the dungeon, we can put some stuff in here that we really don't need to take with us, like the food. We won't need the rope. Probably will need the rest of it. So let's go ahead and do our first dungeon. Once you go in the dungeon, it'll tell you basically what your task is here. So let's go to quests, bandit den, kill all enemies. Okay, so we have to clear this whole thing. Sometimes it's defeating a boss, sometimes it's killing all enemies, sometimes it's doing other tasks. Let's see what we got. And also you want to use your examine surroundings a lot in case there are any traps in a certain area. You don't want to step on a trap. Spearmint, we don't need that. Nothing here. Okay, so we got a doorway. No trap. Oh, there's a guy. Oh, so I'm bleeding. So I want to use my rag. Stop the bleeding. Okay, defeated him. Dropped a pitchfork. Nothing too important. Oh, there's an archer. He's as good a shot as I am. Oh, there's 3 guys. Yep, we're not fighting 3. Yep, you gotta choose your battles, and I'm not choosing to fight 3 guys. There was 2, maybe. 3, no. So what you can do is run back to the entrance. Head outside. If you rest just a little bit and come back in, they will reset a little bit. Plus, let's go ahead and rest a little bit, get our health high as we can. Okay, so let's rest. Head back in. Hopefully get these guys one at a time. Okay, there's one guy. Okay, make sure these guys sit here for a little bit. Okay, head back in. So he didn't drop anything. Okay, there they are. Let me try to see if I can shoot these guys. Change my weapon. Okay, knocked me back. Oh, I'm bleeding and I don't have any more bandages. How many more turns am I going to have bleeding damage? I think I might die from bleeding. Got 2 health left. Yep. As you can see, you will die and die a lot in this game. So now we got to go back to when we saved it. And the last time we saved it is the mill. So now I'll have to do the whole dungeon over again. Okay. So what we are going to do this time, we're going to go back to... Go ahead and eat our berries. We're going to make sure we have more bandages. You don't usually get a lot of bleeding in this game, but certain mobs cause bleeding more than others. And unfortunately, that type is one that really gets you to bleed. Okay, there's stew. This is a good recipe, but that's half our money. We're good on healing salves. Sacks of grain. These are commodities that you can sell. Another thing they added to the game, you can buy different commodities. So you can buy them at a certain price, take them to different towns, and then hopefully sell them for more money. So once you learn the game and learn like what to buy where and who to sell it to, that's another way in this game that you can make money other than just you know, doing contracts and fighting mobs in dungeons. He's got pancakes for 30. Okay. But definitely what we want to do is we want to go back to town. We need to go south 2, east 1, and we want to get some bandages. There's a lentil. Any other food here? So don't be discouraged in this game if you die. Like I said, the main thing you want to do is just try to save the game as often as you can. Okay, so now we go to the east. Oh, there's another lentil. Good, so we're finding a lot of food. Just stinks that we had to die from bleeding damage. We had him defeated, but just no way to stop the bleeding. I think it might be nighttime, so I may not be able to buy... Well, nope, they're still there. So if they're still there... Oops. Once again, remember to fill the water skin. Oh, I should have put the shed key away. You don't need the shed key anymore, so you can just drop it. And then we can harvest these. Go talk to him. Yep, we definitely want a couple of things of bandages. I'm getting 3 things of bandages. I'm going to be safe. Okay, so we've got 4 healing, got bandages, pain meds, we got food. Okay, so the next thing we want to do... And we're back to level 1 too, so that stinks. The good thing though is even though we died, it reset that skill point. Because I wanted to use ranged weapons taking aim. And it didn't seem to work. Maybe it only works for bows, not crossbows. So I'm not going to waste a point in that. So we're going to do spears again. Or spears. So we're going to do spears. Yep. And then what other skills does he know? He knows warfare. Eventually I'm going to want dash. Seize the initiative. Survival. Okay. I think I might end up taking this eventually, cauterize wounds. That way I don't have to worry about bandages. And then I like first aid too, so you don't have to worry about splints. So these are 2 skills that I definitely like to use. Butchering is good too for survival. So if you can kill some animals in the wild, you can butcher them to get meat. So this will also help to reduce the cost rather than, you know, just trying to constantly having to go to the inn to buy food. So let's see. So we've got a spear skill. Yeah, I don't think I'm going to worry too much about ranged. We're going to be more melee. So spear definitely. And then for warfare, that brings back energy. Let's do butchering, because food is going to be very important in this game. Oh, that's one we already know. Okay, good. So we don't have to waste a skill point on that. So cauterize wounds I will do later. We've got a lot of bandages now. Warfare. Let's see, skipping a turn. Let's use that setup. Okay. In the beginning you need every skill, so it's like just kind of picking and choosing. The main thing is just to pick whatever skill tree that you want. Okay. Oh, I can actually buy a bowl for 2. Let's buy a bowl. It's only 2 gold. And then we can craft some food. Okay, so we've got that. Potato. Ah, I made a baked potato. So what do we need for peasant stew? Oh, it'll still work. Okay, so let's merge that. And then let's do a couple lentils. Cook. Eat that. Okay, so we've got a little bit of cabbage left. And we've got some food to take with us. Okay, so we've got our water, so we didn't forget our water. Okay. So we got our bandages. That was the main thing we needed to get. We've got food. We should be good to go. So what we're going to do now is head back to the bandit den. Oh, there's a rabbit. Let's... So you can see, I'm not a good shot. Don't know if I'm going to be able to catch this thing if it keeps moving. Gonna starve at this rate. Okay, I think we're gonna ignore the rabbit since we can't hit it yet. Okay, so now we need to head up here. Probably have to kill those guys again. They weren't too bad at the entrance. Gotta go west. There's some more food. Okay. So we'll get experience for discovering the location. So we need about 70 experience to level. Hey, we hit something. And we stunned him. Move back a couple. I'm gonna switch weapons. Do my skill, because I can do it from 2 squares away. There we go. That went pretty good. I think there was one other guy up here. Yep. It's the range. Pick up all of our bolts. Pick up the onion. Pick up the bowl, because we are going to take the bowl back with us. Yep, same items in the cart. So, let's move this stuff. Don't think I'll really need extra food in there. I'll just bring this with. Okay. Here we go, guys. Take 2. Yep, kill all the enemies. Oh, good thing I looked. Ah, another thing I forgot to get, a crowbar. You can get a crowbar, and a crowbar will automatically unlock or disarm traps. I think it's kind of difficult to get in the beginning. You might be able to buy it at the blacksmith, but it might be kind of expensive. Be careful stepping over the trap. Nails can be used in crafting, so I'm going to want to pick up those nails. And I know I'm going to need them for a caravan upgrade. Disarm the trap. That gave us some experience. You can try to disarm traps. It'll tell you the percentage chance. 50-50. Let's try it. Failed. Throwing net. Okay, so that was a net trap, so I will take that net. Ah, shot the barrel. And we leveled. I'm stunned. Whoa! That was close. That was way too close. Okay. Our hand and our torso. Ouch. See, it's tough. We're just starting out. Did get a homemade sword. So we definitely need to rest. We need to apply some bandages there and there. Heal up. Okay, so we've got some skill. So I'm going vitality because eventually I'm going to want max health. Okay, and then so for spears, what else do we want to do? Or do we want to do survival? I don't need cauterized wounds right now. Magic resistance. I'm going to do disengage because eventually I'm going to want dash. That's a passive skill that'll help us out later in the game. Okay. Let me switch to my crossbow. Now one thing is, like if I use my crossbow and I go to attack that, I'm going to use a crossbow bolt. So I want to make sure I have my melee weapon when I go to break open any containers. A little bit of money. No items. No items. Ha, I'm not blind. There's another trap. Oh, the trap looks like it's right in front of the door. A shield. These are just junk weapons. So this looks like a room. This looks like the kitchen. So when you have rooms like this, I spot a spike trap. Ooh, there's a trap right there. Sometimes you're going to find food in here, and then also there's a spot where you can do some cooking if you need to. There's actually no food. Usually there's always food in some of these containers. Oh no! Pressure plate. So you can see these dungeons can be dangerous. Luckily we didn't get hurt too bad. I wonder if they see the trap. They probably do. Now we've got an archer. want him to come in here. Doesn't look like he's going to. Nope, he avoided the trap too. So lots of arrows. Might pick up the arrows because the arrows do stack. They might sell decently. So we have 2 swords for that quest. We need 3 swords total. Okay. Just real leery of that trap being right there. Yeah, definitely want to get a crowbar. See if I can lure these guys over here. Oh, he attacks from a distance too. Okay, good. Rest a little bit. Okay, now I'm getting hungry, so I'll eat my stew. So we still haven't found the main boss in here yet, so that's one thing we're gonna eventually fight. Hoping we can find some items. There's a pain med, so that's good. Oh. No, there's somebody coming up. Shoot. Okay. I'm not fighting all this. Went to pick up the item when I wanted to move. Okay, so we're definitely going to rest here for a while. I don't have any more splints. So I can apply some healing. But it's going to heal very slowly. Okay, hungry again. So let's cook up some more food out here. Okay, arrows I won't need. No, I'm gonna save that net. I might need that net. Might come in handy. Okay, so let's go cook some food. Let's put some water in there. A leek, cabbage, onion. Okay, so I got some food at least. Let's take the water out. Put the bowl in there. Okay, so we're pretty healed. Let's use that pain thing. That'll help with our pain. Okay. So it looked like the boss room was to the side, but there was also another mob that came by, probably heard us. When you break containers, you have a chance of alerting the enemy. So we'll go back toward the entrance again. Okay, good, we got him down. Good. So let's rest, get our health back. So I think we're getting towards the end of this dungeon. The boss is down here, and maybe one or two more mobs. There was a mob that came from down here, so let's just make sure that this area is clear. There's another trap. There's a barrel. Nothing in the barrel. Let's see if there's any items over here. Another trap. Wow, this place is just riddled with traps. This is a lot of traps for like a first tier dungeon. A little bit of food. Sure not to step on the trap. Okay, there's a chest that might have something good in it. A little bit of money. Check this out. Rabbit pelt, we can sell that for a little bit. Usually you can sell it for about half the value, so we might get 20 coins from that. Nightstand, another bowl. Use that for food, and hopefully we can pick this chest. A little bit of money. Some of the smaller valuable items like nuggets you can actually put in your purse, so you don't have to take up a slot. That's a nice another little addition they did in one of the last updates. So that's very much appreciated to be able to put all your small gems and trinkets in your purse and save up your valuable inventory space. Okay. So I think the boss is in this chamber. So let's get the crossbow at the ready. So there's something right here. Nope. I think I heard him too. Yep. There's a mob. Might do. It's kind of, well, it's too far away. I was going to say I could lure him all the way here so I don't get surrounded. But we're closer to the entrance. So just playing it safe. I'm going to go close to the entrance. So if worse comes to worse, I can just step outside the door. Change weapons. Okay, now for the boss. Oh, he stuns me. And we did it. Claim the reward. Thank goodness. Okay, so we're gonna rest. So we got some money off of him. Okay. Just got a purse with some money. Get our bolts back. I don't think any of those items are worth picking up. So before we leave, we definitely want to search the main room to see if he has any treasure in there. Up here we have a bookcase. Empty. There's some food. We will definitely take that. Yep, there's a chest over there. There's a trap. Worn cloak. Let's see what's in here. Okay, so we got some valuables. So we got some money. Silver cutlery, as you can see, he sells very well. Some more trinkets to sell. And an unidentified mace. So now we're not going to use maces, but we'll take that with. Let's take a look in here. Nothing in that wardrobe. There's a barrel down here. Some food. See if we can avoid the trap. Spool of thread. I want that spool of thread. So I'm going to need that for the caravan. Some of the items, it will say, you know, can be used to upgrade your caravan. I believe spool of thread is one of them. If not, it's something I can sell. Okay, so now let's head out of here. So we made it on our second attempt. Make sure that we grab the items that we left here in the cart. Okay, so what can we take with us? Now, this unidentified mace, I know when I identify it, it's not going to be worth hardly anything, so I'm just going to drop that. Let's take the food. We've got 2 of the weapons that we need for the quest. I can merge purses. Trying to figure out how to get all this to fit. Want to grab that. These pelts aren't going to sell for a whole lot, so I'm not going to worry about that. I'll leave the arrows. I'll leave all this stuff here. I do have 1 bowl with me. If I need a bowl, I'm sure I'll be back from here from time to time. Okay, so now we want to head back to Osbrook. If it's still nighttime when we get back, we can sleep at the inn, or actually what we can do, since we have that free spot, we can go ahead and sleep at the mill. So let's go ahead and sleep at the mill, because we can sleep there for free. And it's actually closer than Osbrook. So we're just going to head up here. Oh, it's becoming daylight. Okay, yeah, it's daylight now, so we will be able to turn in the quest. Oh, I don't think I have any room to pick anything up. Yep, time to just go back and sell. If there's any food, we'll just have to ignore it. We can get it later. So we'll go in and turn in the contract, and that will be the end of episode 2. So we managed to eventually fulfill the first contract, got our first dungeon done. We hit level 2. We're starting the build of the Spearman. The game really becomes a lot more exciting when you unlock the caravan, and it just opens up so many possibilities. Like I said, if you want to be a commodity trader, you know, it opens up the maps. You can travel back and forth a lot easier. You can fulfill contracts a lot easier because you can just travel from town to town rather than, you know, walking the whole distance. Okay, so let's turn in this contract. About my contract, I'm done with the contract. Excellent work. And he gave me some reputation, so we got 420 crowns, which I dropped on the floor because I don't have any room. So we'll just drop the empty purse, merge those together. So I've now reached benevolence with Osbrook, so that helps my reputation. So we completed those. Gathering the caravan, remind the elder about the deal. Let's see. So he wants us to take on the brewery. Okay. Okay. So before we end the episode, let's go ahead and sell. Okay. So we want to keep the swords. The pelt will sell slightly more at the tailor. Silver cutlery, 73. We'll sell that. Throwing net, yeah, might as well sell it, get a little bit of money. Spool of thread, I think I'm going to need for the caravan, so I'm going to hang on to that. I'm not going to sell those. I'm going to hang on to the nails. There are some bracers to buy. Oh, but they're 409. One of the things I like to do is be able to just get items from dungeons that you don't have to buy, but sometimes you actually do have to buy equipment. So I may have to buy those. But as you can see, I really need to repair my armor. Actually, I need to get some armor. I started with this, but yeah, it's not very good. And as you can see, it's very, very worn. So let's take a drink here. Collect water. Go to the tailor. Let's see if there's something I can get here. Okay, so let's sell that. Yep, sells for 21 instead of 19. So I've got 822. So I'm probably going to get some sort of medium armor, maybe eventually heavy armor. So these shirts really don't provide any protection. I don't have any gloves at this point. So this is all if you're going to be pretty much like a caster build, where we're more melee. I guess let's go to the armor smith and see if we can get like a good chest piece. Another thing you guys can do, I think, if you get lucky, if you only have 2 of your swords, sometimes he'll sell a sword that you need for the quest, and you can buy it to finish the quest, but then that does take away some of your reward. Okay, recruit mail might be pretty good, but that would take almost all of our money. How much does it cost to repair? 95 to repair the helmet? That's way too much. Decisions. I really want that mail. 100 durability is very good and great protection, but that would leave us with almost no cash. Okay guys, well there you have it. I think I'm going to end the episode here. This is episode 2. So in episode 3 we're going to continue the journey. We're going to do a couple more quests before we do the brewery. There's something that I want to show you about the brewery and an alternate way to do it. So first I think we're going to get some food. Or actually, let's just make something to eat again so we're not starving. Okay, and then we'll merge those together. Okay, leave that. And then let's go upstairs. Put our items away. Like I said, even if you can't save the game here, you can always put items away. So I know I'll probably need that. For the caravan, I've got an extra purse in case I need it. I'll put one of the ID scrolls in there. A little bit of food. This will be for the caravan. I've got 2 swords for the quest, so all I need to do is find one more sword and we can turn that quest in. There, that way this will leave us some room for picking up loot. Okay, that's good for now. Okay guys, there you have it. There's episode 2. So the next episode we will continue our journey. Hope you enjoyed. Stay the course, as I say in Splinterlands. Keep on forging and have fun. I'll see you soon. Take care.